Hey guys, we're back again. I'm Ray.
And I'm Sal.
And this is But What Do We Know on OVETV. Remember, OVETV is our version of Events TV because I'm going to stop saying it. You have to get used to it. Today, we're talking about social media. Well, not entirely social media because it's broad, right? But we're talking about social media's effects on relationships. And we're not just talking relationships like a guy and a girl, or a guy and guy, girl and girl, whatever rocks your boat. We're talking about friendships. We're talking about family relationships. We're talking about all kinds of relationships, right? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So first of all, obviously you guys know what social media is. You're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Did I forget anyone? TikTok.
Trailer.
Oh, obviously, and you're watching this on YouTube. So, yeah, before I go on, if you've not subscribed, click that button now.
Click it now.
Now. Like this video, share it to your friends, and make sure you watch our previous episode. We'll be bringing more episodes as time goes by. You can also tell us what you want us to talk about. Suggest in the comment section. Be free. Talk to us. Anyway, let's dive in. Social media. Now, social media has come a long way in easing a lot of things, bringing us closer together. You can send a message now to someone in somewhere, one village in Indonesia. As long as they have internet, the person is going to get the message immediately, right? It's wonderful. It's amazing. People can connect. People can see each other over video. It's just amazing. But one thing I've noticed is, despite the fact that the world has become smaller because of social media, we can communicate with each other, some people are finding it harder to communicate with people. And when I say communicate, I mean have actual conversations, talk for longer, and maintain good relationships. And yeah, that is one disadvantage I think social media has had, despite all its good work. What do you think?
I think social media is one of the greatest inventions that happened to man, because it has helped in quick spread of information, and it has created job opportunities, means of living for so many people as well.
Okay.
So social media is a wonderful invention. It has its disadvantages as well, and the do's and don'ts and the errors and so many things, but it's still good. It's still wonderful.
Yes, but I mean, okay, like relationships over social media, right? A lot of people have a feeling that when you put your relationship on social media, you're giving other people access to it, and it affects how they think, how you think of your partner.
Preparing them.
Yes, you're preparing them. And so people feel like when you put your relationship on social media, it's a bad thing because other people are now bringing their opinions, or other people want to destroy your relationship or that kind of thing because you're peppering them.
Yeah, the thing about putting it out there, it depends on your intention, or your motive. First of all, some people do it for peer pressure. They do it because, wow, I like the way they are doing that. I want to do that, but there's no really any intention or a very good motive of putting out your relationship. How it's going, what you guys do, what you guys share, and how you guys do your stuff out there. There has to be a very good motive of doing that. If not, just keep it between yourselves, because it's something between you and your partner.
Okay. Well, I mean, so you don't think social media has had any effect on relationships these days?
It has had a lot of effects on relationships these days. People follow trends. There are so many trends of there's this trend of a guy and a girl wearing matching outfits. The trend of a song, music. Some artists drop some kind of love music, and people tend to make low motives and all this
videos,
intense and catching videos to it, and everybody wants to follow that step. Everybody wants to follow that step. And meanwhile, they might be having like real issues within themselves. So everybody's just seeing that side. They're not really seeing the problems.
Yeah, that's
in the relationship.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a fair point, right? But I feel like it's social media, right? And it's great that people can see. I feel like, okay, people who post about their love on social media, it kind of shows other people, or people who have lost hope in love, they see those kind of things and they're like, oh, I want this as well. I want something like this. I want to have this kind of
And
relationship.
people who have failed in love would be like, oh God, why not me? Why is mine like this?
God, where?
God, when
Okay, but
I,
okay,
I have
let's move away from romantic relationships now. Let's talk about friendships. Friendships between people. Do you think social media has had an effect on, okay, like people watching over other people's progress, like, okay, my friend just bought a Mercedes. I want a Mercedes as well.
apart from watching other people's progress, it have connected people, you know, it has helped a lot of people, it have raised a lot of some people meet each other on social media, get married happily ever after. Some people meet and they get to do business and grow together. Some people meet each other and they do a lot of stuff together on social media. Social media has had this effect of bringing people together, either for positive or negative purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got WhatsApp group for terrorism because a WhatsApp group for Christianity and other religions, and it's all social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's all social media. So the thing about social media is what you do with it, how you utilize it, and how you make use of it. It's very important.
Okay. There are people who feel like relationships were better before because they were more intentional. Say, for example, maybe during our parents' time, if your dad really was in a different, maybe state or a different town from your mom, he has to write a letter, which will maybe take 2 weeks or even a month to get to her, and then she has to write a letter as well to get to him. So they have to put all the information they want to put inside that one letter because they don't know when the next letter is coming. And if he has to see her, he has to go all the way to see her. Like he has to travel all that distance to see her. And it's more intentional. But these days, it's like people have video calls and people rarely even meet or hang out. It's more about communicating on the
No,
phone.
I feel like social media made it easier to cheat. Like I could just open a dating app and like, hi, hello, how you doing? Free hook up, yeah, and we make and I might have a relationship. You know? It makes it easier to meet people, to go out with other people. You see married men or people in a serious relationship, you go on Instagram and you start seeing very attractive girls, and we are all flesh, and sometimes you have to respond to the flesh.
We're going to argue about that another time, but I don't know if I agree with social media making it easier to cheat, right? I mean, back then, there were attractive girls everywhere, right? And I feel like it would even be a little harder to know if someone has a family somewhere. Say I'm a man now and I have a wife and child in another village, and I go to this village and I see another girl. I don't have to tell her I'm married. There's no way for her to know because like she doesn't have a phone or something. It would take a long time even if she starts asking questions for her to find out if I'm married. So like, that kind of thing, wouldn't it be easier to get away?
Back then, for you to talk to 15 girls, you have to talk 15 girls. But right now, I can talk to 100 girls today and get a response from 70.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Then
70.
to 50. But back then, if I step outside, I have to like, hey, hello, what's up? Hey, hello, what's up? It's difficult. Make everything easier. Make humanizing parties before you have to like send letters and invitation, make banners to everybody. You can just post and hey, there's a party here, everybody's coming up, and it's so easy to gather people. Look at the protest we did at October. It was so easy to gather people there thanks to social media. But some people might not be aware. If someone's staying in Badagry is not aware that something is happening at Lekki, thanks to social media, it was everywhere. So we are able to gather enough people to do all those stuff. Important stuff. It helps in political stuff and every other thing that needs to do with people coming together.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree that social media has had awesome effects. I mean, there's information everywhere. It's easier for people to know what's happening around them without even leaving that spot, right? But I just feel like, well, people don't communicate anymore. Like people in a relationship, if they're having issues, instead of solving them within themselves, they prefer to bring it on the timeline. Hey, look at what my husband did yesterday. Men has come, right? And they want, TLO, come and drag my husband. This is what he did, this is what he did, or this is what he said. And before you know, because all these other people that are talking about this issue you're supposed to be resolving with your partner aren't in your marriage with you, right? Or your relationship with you. So they are expressing their own opinion, and they don't even care about what happens after that.
Know the person.
Exactly. And you who knows the person who's supposed to resolve it, you're not resolving on that person, you're bringing it to the timeline. And they get influenced by such decisions and it affects their relationship. So they come online and see someone else's problem on social media and they take it upon themselves. Like, girls going to ask their boyfriends, like, and what if something is on Twitter maybe, so what if I had two heads? Will you still be in love with me?
What if I had one eye? Will you still be with me right now?
Yeah.
Of course I won't. So I have a question. What do you think about regulating social media?
Regulating social media? I don't think, while I know that social media has bad effects, I don't think it should be regulated in the sense of the word, in the sense of how it's being proposed in Nigeria, because how it's being proposed is they're just trying to cut down on freedom of speech, right? But if you're talking regulation in terms of maybe, for example, people who post revenge porn or something like that, such things can be regulated, right? Then I agree to regulation. But when it comes to actually just silencing people because they're not saying what you want to hear, then no, I don't agree with regulation.
I feel there's also cyberbullying.
Yes, cyberbullying. Well, cybercrime has been there before social media. Before social media became big, cybercrime 419 has been there since.
Yeah, but social media made it wonderful is the wrong word. Like, made it popular, made it everywhere. Cybercrime is everywhere.
I agree, but we can talk about that in another episode. Well, we are going to leave the comment section open so we can hear your own version of events, because this is our version of events.
But what do we know?
What do we know? So remember, subscribe and like. Subscribe, like, share, comment, tell us what you think. If you want us to talk about anything else, tell us in the comment section as well. You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you find us. You can follow us everywhere, so you can hit us up everywhere. In case we don't answer you on YouTube, make sure you type the same thing on Instagram.
Send a DM.
You can send, exactly, you can send a DM. Feel free.
Talk to me. I'll be there.
Okay, guys, that's another episode, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.